Hello everyone and welcome back to Greater Persia, where, well, not much is going on currently, but we shall change all that in due time. For the moment, however, we're just starting again and hastily go through the days, because we're counting the days until we can actually do something around here. How's our party support looking? We're up to 9.3, 9.4, 5% for the fascists. So it's getting up there. I think you get some events over the course of this that allow you to proceed a little faster. Oh, but over here, it seems like the Soviets were a little more generous than the Germans, but even the Italians did jump in here. Maybe there is disorder in the ranks with so many forces at work. Well, however, this it's still anybody's game, really. Both of them are still fairly equal in troops, so we'll see how that pans out. Alright, another national focus done. That's infrastructure. Not too much of an immediate benefit to us, but it will help. No doubt, hopefully. So yeah, I think on the last episode I was talking about supply and was then rudely interrupted by some event. So you actually have to think about supply lines and the way that supply is gonna get to your troops in this game. So say I wanted to supply soldiers down here. I can trace the way the supplies take from my capital with this arrow, and the smallest supply limit along this line will dictate how much I can actually supply at the end, much like a supply bottleneck in Factorio, really. So it'll be interesting to play around with that, especially when it comes to naval invasions, because I think you're also required to have sea superiority in order for your convoys to get through, or risk them being destroyed while supplying your troops. So that's going to be something interesting. I don't know if we're going to be doing much naval invading with Persia anyway, but yeah, we'll get to all that. So once again, we have enough political power for somewhat of a change here. We still can change away from civilian economy, not to something meaningful anyway, well, not to anything really. What about more political advisement going on? So Mahmud Jam affords us more political power gain, 15% to be precise. We're currently getting 2 per day. So he would get us another 0.3, and he costs 150. So it'll take him 500 days to pay his own worth. So he will be worth it after 2 years. Not even 2 years. And I think I might even keep him, because I don't want communist revolutionaries or democratic reformers anyway. Naval base, rocket silos, radar station. Might be nice, but I think it's just going to be our fascist guy, the captain of industry, and a silent workhorse here. And then we're going to be done. So, Mahmud, welcome to the council. Perhaps you can survive the change of government that is on the horizon. We're up to 16% fascist support. Excuse me. So yeah, it's peace in our time still. Peace pretty much everywhere. Current wars. It's only the Spanish Civil War is going on. But that is a foreshadowing of what's to come. Now what we were seeing there were just little enclaves of of nationalist Spain being isolated, which most certainly meant that some of their soldiers were overrun. Still, they seem to get the upper hand, at least in numbers here. Interesting times. Alright, we can't get any further down this with research. We could go for radio. We're also pretty close to 37, so I think we'll just buffer. Yeah, I think we'll just buffer a bit of research here. You can store up to 30. So we could lose 5 days of research and get on with this industry research. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think that's an okay call to make. We'll just have to be careful not to miss the date, actually. Let's keep that open so that it's staring me right in the face. Alright, there we go, another fascist event. Now we have fascist sympathies in the military. So several high-ranking members of the Iranian military have expressed support, some privately and some openly, for the fascist movement in Iran. They feel the Pahlavi dynasty has forgotten how important discipline and patriotism is to keeping the country together, and are increasingly annoyed by the army being treated by the government as more of a tool than one of the nation's most important institutions. Some of them go as far as to suggest that a new government is needed. Ooh. One that knows how to lead Iran with strength and tradition into the next half of the century. This faction may not predominantly be politicians, but some of them have gained positions in the Department of Defense. If these developments continue, they may have sufficient political support to execute a coup. The national spirit outranks the government. If only that were true. Alright, ask for military access from Republican Spain again. No, thank you. We're still keeping an eye on this research thing. I think I'll just start as soon as this bar is all filled up. Don't see any reason to do anything else. Alright, there's a national focus for infrastructure 2. That means it's only 70 days now. 2 months and 10 days until we get our third research slot. And now we have all of this saved up. Which of these do we take first? I don't think it matters. This has less of a research time, so let's go with that first. And then once construction 1 is done, we'll go with the other choice too. And be on a merry way. Now you are trained and ready to go. How are we looking anyway? There's still some in training. Alright, well, whilst we have nothing else to do, let's just keep on looking at this. There's another... So the problem with these things is that these provinces are now occupied by nationalist Spain, and they're not reachable from the capital of nationalist Spain, which is up here in Burgos. Or Burgos. Whatever, so they can't get through here. There's no land path for them. So the supply convoys can't reach those guys. So they can't keep on fighting. Their organization and their supply is just going to get worse and worse and can't replenish until they just get overrun. Somewhat similar to a stack wipe in EU4. So yeah, it shouldn't be too long before we see these soldiers here collapsing. And that should really seal the deal for communist Spain. Yeah, they are getting the upper hand here. Oh, so the Russians seem to have been a little more supportive here. Alright, we have free civilian factories, which means we actually did complete this one. But where to go from here is the question at hand. Do we already build up a military? And the thing is, we need stuff to trade with. I mean, we have 6 available. But if we just keep on building up military factories, I don't think it'll work out. I think we'll run out of civilian factories to trade stuff with before too long, and then we won't be able to keep building military factories. That's harsh. No, I'm all a guy for building up. It's possible that this is a mistake, but we shall see. So we're building another... Did I choose the right one? Yeah, I did. Another civilian factory here. Right, there we go. Another unit deployed. So I completely forgot to keep an eye on these guys here. So they are running construction, infrastructure, construction. So that's quite nice. If they're all up to construction effort 2. So that will mean they have a lot of civilian factories to take over. That's quite nice. So apparently nationalist Spain is trying to make a foray here, but these, yeah, they don't stand a chance. They never did, and they did make their way up one province, but that is gonna fall surely in the next few days. So, as I said, more industrial development. We're also close to our extra research slot, but right now we are trying to modify our government. So we're still not fascist, so we still can't go for a war economy. What can we go for then? What about some military advisors here? Division recovery, infantry attack, that wouldn't be too shabby. Submarine attack I don't care about, neither do I care about paradrop attacks. Division organization, never a bad thing. Division attack, however, a very good thing. What about a theorist? Army experience gainer, that's also something I would like. Naval and Air Force, not too worried about these. Industrial research, electronics research. Yeah, I could have gotten this and started my research after that, but yeah, I don't think that'll work out too well. The captain of industry. I think I'll just go with this one. Or I could save up, but I don't quite know how much fascism support I need. I would suppose it's 50%. But I don't know if we'll be getting any more events for this. We could also go up to limited conscription. We're not having any manpower problems currently, so that's probably not a good idea. Alright, but I do want to know. I think I'll hire Ali Sohaili. But I do want to know. So with the current setup, we expect this one to complete on 23rd of October 37. 23rd October 37. 23rd October 37. Let's hire you. Let's have another look. So we almost saved a month. No, that's not too shabby. What I was trying to find out here was just that whether or not this is actually influenced on the fly, or if you have to, if it only counts for new developments. Alright, hooray, there's our new and improved research slot. But what should we do with it? I don't think resource gain efficiency will do anything for us, because, yeah, as observed before, we only have oil, and yeah. Yeah, no. But what about construction speed, I ask the... I think construction speed would be quite nice. What about artillery? I think we can still... doctrine effort, though. I think I want to start working on my doctrine here, because these do take quite a while to research. They do take quite a while to research. Yeah. The question is which one. Mobile warfare, I think this is mainly geared towards tanks, and we won't be having any tanks anytime soon. We also don't have many men. And I think, well, just from the sound of it, superior firepower doctrine really speaks to me. And what do we get here? Soft attack, which is attack against non-armored targets. Get some organization for infantry, infantry defense. Then some support battalion stuff or artillery stuff. Yeah, I think this is just the most immediate benefit we can get. So let's get to work on that. Also, a new focus is in order. In the spirit of building up, we'll keep with this one. Yes, construction effort number 3. What did our neighbors choose? Political aviation. Aviation? Oh, that could be a problem. Do we know anything about your planes? 12 to 34. Interesting. We'll just keep producing these divisions until we run out of men. We'll always be short on equipment, at least for the beginning. Currently running a deficit of 2,600 guns. It's getting smaller by the day, so that's a nice thing. And there we go, improved machine tools, and I was just at the right screen to see the change there. So we now have an efficiency cap of 65%, and we'll slowly but surely work our way up there, which will increase our daily production. So we'll try to keep an eye on that. Alright, there's not much more to do here. We're already researching land doctrine. I will want to invest in some of these support weapons, but I don't think that'll be necessary just yet. Construction would be nice though. So yeah, let's take a look. We're sitting at 7.17 per day. And there it goes. Slowly but surely climbing up there, the daily production. The Iranian weapons factory numero uno really kicking into gears here. So the Iraq still about equal to us. Well, according to pessimistic estimates anyway. Alright, so that's the third construction effort. We should now be up to a reasonable number of civilian factories here. Yeah, 7 used for construction. That'll be quite a nice change. Yeah, an expansion of our infrastructure network has indeed significantly improved our capacity for construction. Alright, so where do we go from here? I think it's a little too early for a nuclear effort, although it would be kind of a cynical fit for the Iran to go for nukes this early on. So secret weapons will be nice at some point, because we get 4 research bonuses. 4 research bonuses in electronics, nuclear tech, and something else, but the most important in this is obviously electronics, and that would allow us to plow through most of this fairly quickly. And encryption and decryption is rather important, because if you have a lot of intelligence over your enemy, your troops fight better, you see more of what they're doing, you know more about them. It's just better overall. But I think that's still quite a way away. What we will want to have right now, however, is more military factories. So let's go with that. And, oh no, the Hindenburg incident. Quite historically, disaster was only averted narrowly today when a diesel fuel leak was discovered on the German passenger airship Hindenburg as it came into dock at the Lake Hurst Naval Air Station in the United States. The leak was promptly repaired. Had it gone unnoticed, flammable vapor could have resulted in a fire that would have engulfed the entire airship. Critics have long questioned the wisdom of passenger airships, given their spotty safety records. And this incident is bound to make them even more vocal. So, yeah, the thing did actually not blow up. It was just a close call. So that's a relief. What's not so nice is that the communists are winning down in Spain quite decisively now. Yeah, there you have this in the back. It's just a matter of mopping up. Oh well. They're quite a way away from us, so probably nothing to worry about. What we do have to worry about, though, is the time, because we are out of it. For this episode at least. So, until the next one, and as always, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Scryant, and I shall see you soon.